Welcome to Business Live. I'm Mark Croskery. In BL tonight, we're going to kick things off talking about Sygnus Credit Investments here. Ticker symbol SCI, trading in their shares. Always great to see. Skin in the game here. Confidence by a director in SCI. Advisory, the director purchased just over 48,000 shares July 21st. Now, Dolla Financial Services Limited, recently listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, trading in their shares in the microfinance company. Senior officer selling 500,000 shares on July 22nd. Now, QWI Investments Limited, seeing major investment companies, pension funds take larger stakes in QWI Investments. Look at that top 10 shareholder list, December 31st last year compared to June 30th this year. A lot of it happened in the first quarter, but the bottom line, that 6-month comparative top 10 shareholder list, seeing a lot of movements, significant trades there. What are we talking about here? Mayberry Jamaican equities moving from something like 1.88% to 3.42%. So not just the financial numbers for the period ending June 30th for the third quarter, but also for the quarterly numbers is a top 10 list and directors and managers holdings. Interesting observations, as I mentioned. Mayberry Jamaican Equities Limited now at the number 3 shareholder spot, holding 3.42% of QWI. NCB Insurance Agency Fund Managers at that number 5 shareholder spot, overall holding 1.66% of QWI as well. Now, overseas markets, US markets, Walmart Inc. cutting its profit outlook as inflation soars. Now, not just for the US markets, it's a global phenomenon. Due to inflation, of course, shoppers are spending more money on necessities, not just electronics, clothing, etc., but necessities such as food, stuff of that nature. Of course, Walmart is seeing customers spend more money on food, as we mentioned, and even like clothing, they're having to mark down clothing to get it to move, get it out of there. So the big box retailer is cutting its quarterly earnings guidance and a full year outlook, with inflation growing at its fastest pace in 4 decades, 40 years. Walmart's adjusted earnings, the bottom line here, guidance for the second quarter lower by 8 to 9%, and the full year lower, astonishing, double digit here, 11 to 13%. Last up, we got Key Insurance Company here, growing 6 months gross premiums by 21%. General Insurance Company, led by Grace Kennedy. Clearly, Key Insurance doing well on the top line here. This is the gross premiums for the period ending June 30th, 2022. It was Jamaican 1.1 billion versus 915 million year over year. Profit after tax closes 6 months at 12.2 million versus 1.8 million Jamaican. You're still getting that turnaround right size. Earnings per share, 2.2 cents Jamaican versus roughly about 0.2 cents year over year. I'm Mark Croskery. This is Business Live.